Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Me and my team will presenting about how Royal Police of Malaysia, or we call it as PDRM, manage issues of reducing crime rate in Malaysia. Before I continue my presentation, it will be a pleasure for me to introduce my teammates to you. So the first person will be Danish Hazim bin Azmi, the second person Aisyah Sofia binti Ahmad Fazli, the third Nur Adila binti Muhammad, last but not least which is me, Muaz Aiman bin Muhammad Farizan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Me and my team will presenting about how Royal Police of Malaysia, or we call it as PDRM, manage issues of reducing crime rate in Malaysia. Problem statement. There are many myths about crime statistics in our country since everyone has their own impression of the crime rate in our nation, and some people still hold certain stigmas, while other states, particularly those on the west coast of Peninsular Malaysia, are called safe only on the basis of perception. The east coast states are frequently considered as crime bust. Every year, a study is conducted to determine the index of the country's crime rate ratio. The crime rate ratio index is calculated by comparing the number of reported and actual crimes to the total population of each state. The five major kinds of crime that are prevalent in our nation: crime, drug use, corruption, environmental crime, and other types of crime are all taken into account by the crime rate ratio index in order to provide a more accurate picture of the true state of crime in our nation. The reported figures will compare total of crime in our nation to the entire population of 100,000 people. The overall crime rate ratio index for Malaysia is 309 per 100,000 people, down from 355.2 in 2016. Six Malaysian states, though, had crime indicates that were greater than the national average.
Thank you, Muaz, for your explanation about the Royal Malaysian Police PDRM. Now it's my turn to explain the planning of the Royal Malay Police PDRM. But before that, I need to introduce myself first. My name is Danish Hazim bin Azmi. So, the first one, the Royal Malaysian Police PDRM must have a plan to solve any problem in our country. Besides that, Malaysia is a country bound by a law and everyone must follow the rules. Other than that, PDRM is the agency under government that play an important role in reducing crime in Malaysia. So, when PDRM want to organize a certain issue, they need to have a clear plans or objective so that they can easier to solve their problems. Other than that, PDRM also need a partner of group so that they can accomplish a goal and they can easier achieve their objective. As we know, in Malaysia, there are so many crime issues in Malaysia, like murder, rape, robbery, and drugs. Other than that, as we know, our crime issue are increased among the youngest, and they involve into a violent crime such as buying and selling the drug, sexual misconduct, gangsterism, and militancy. In order to solve this issue, PDRM must have to collaborate with other organizations such as Anti-Drug Agency, AADK, Ministry of Home Affairs, KDN, and Ministry of Defence, MANDEF, to make sure all the authority will do their jobs through the procedures and can reach the objective. AADK play a role to educate the public about dangers of drug addicted, and they ask public support in combating misuse of drugs. Same role as KDN, they will make sure the issue about foreign nationals who reside in our country without a permit. MINDEF is one of the agency that kerajaan give or collaborate with the PDRM. They also have their own Angkatan Tentera Malaysia, which is ATM. They established to ensure our safety and ready to face any issue because they always in their best positions. If PDRM do not take this as responsibilities, that means we are failed to achieve the objective. As we know, in every organization must have their on its planning and importance of planning. For example, like PDRM. We know, as Malaysians, the crime rate is increased every year. There are many ways that PDRM can do to solve this issue. However, PDRM should make their own planning to make sure all the plans are go smoothly and successfully. The first one, the planning is the PDRM must or need to communicate with people so that police can get information very quickly. Furthermore, in this serious issue, people cannot depend on PDRM only. They also need to take a step on preventing crime. For example, like others people, they need to take this as a responsibilities to their country to make sure our crime rate issue is become a lowest. Then PDRM need to have an engagement with media so that the information can be shared through the radio or TV, a newspaper or social media. Indirectly, the information can be delivered quickly and people get away with that information. Moreover, as we know, in Malaysians, we have a certain hotspot or what we call it hotspot crime pot happen. Then they need to apply a CCTV in hotspot crime happen. CCTV footage also can be produced as evidence in the court of law. The next one is PDRM must give a talk in school to educate students about the importance of obeying the law. From this point, we can see the progress of crime rate among students will be less. The next one is make a regular monitoring in certain place to ensure there is no bad things happen. Heavy punishment for those involved in criminal case so they can realize that the things they do and not repeat their action anymore. The government also should enforce the law more strictly because a criminal try to escape being punished for a crime, such as, for example, like the increasing number of criminal crimes today. So we need to stop them with the law and they will not do the same thing. Finally, the PDRM need to collaborate with regional councils such as pihak berkuasa tempatan and the National Anti-Drug Agency (AADK). Like I said earlier, this collaboration is important to make sure our drugs will be less in every year. So with this initiative, we can ensure public safety. Furthermore, types of planning PDRM to make sure our crime rate issue will be less. PDRM and AADK are work together to battle drug abuse. AADK organize programs to the public like campaign, make a poster of risks drugs addiction, and give a talk about the danger of drugs. Through this program, we all have to make sure our next generation will not indulge in it. AADK also provide presentations material for school events. In this initiative, AADK work closely with Ministry of Education in launch on a book on pendidikan pencegahan dadah. The second one is by apply a CCTV in our house or hallway street. It can monitor or record the activities in specific area, and the camera will be hide at a certain place so that people think there is no CCTV in that area. So when people think there is no CCTV in that area, they can do a crime. They will do a crime towards others people. Then, whenever we use a CCTV, he has helped us to minimize a crime rate issue in our community. In addition, the government has launched the Defence White Paper, which is protecting the national security and defending the sovereignty and territorial integrity. Based on the National Defence Framework, the WSP is formulating a long-term strategy to ensure Malaysia continue to be a secure, sovereign, prosperous nation. And the DWP serve three purposes. The first one is engage the rakyat and stakeholders, evaluating the ever-changing security environment and exploring approach to enhance Malaysia defense capability and prepare. At this point, we can see our improvement to reduce our crime rate issues, and the government pays a serious attention to this issue of good governance encompassing transparency, integrity, and accountability. Finally, the last point is PDRM setting up the roadblock across the country to reduce crime and to ensure safety and public order. PDRM usually will be set up a roadblocks at midnight, that is the strategic time to check all the cars and motorists to those do not have their license or their transportation do not follow the truth law that have been decided by the JPG and the government, and there will be a compounded RM 500 ringgit or 9 months to the jail. So with this method, they will know a false in law. The last one is short-term or long-term planning. First, we start with long-term planning. Long-term planning. In 2009, government has launched the Reduction of Crime National Key Result Area, CRI and KRA. The CRI and KRA was established in response to the public about the growth of crime. This initiative was created to support PDRM in order to solve crime issues in Malaysia. And finally, of my point with importance of planning is long-term planning. In 2009, government has launched the Reduction of Crime National Key Results Area, CRI and KRA. Basically, the CRI and KRA was established in response to the public about the growth of crime. This initiative was created to support PDRM in order to solve crime issues in Malaysia. The main role of CRI and KRA is reducing crime in Malaysia and fighting corruption. This collaboration, we can see the result where the crime rate decreased by 20% in 2010 compared to 2009, which crime rate of 72%, which is, we can see the amount of our crime rate issue will be less. Other than that, the government has already upgraded the anti-corruption body to a commission's Malay Anti-Corruption Commission, MACC, with jurisdiction and legislation which is more effective. A long-term planning for BDRM is Anti-Corruption Action Plan as efforts to fight corruption in Malaysia. The plan has 6 main thrusts, namely governance, security, intelligence, law enforcement, investigations and prosecution, public order and financial management, and the last one is procurement. All these 6 thrusts will be turned into initiative to be implemented through the director of the department in PDRM. And the last one is a short-term planning. The first one is community participations in solving crime prevention. First, we have a Jabatan Sukarela Malaysia. RELA is to help PDRM in crime road. Then, the second one is the scheme Sukarela SRS, a community initiative under Rukun Tetangga, RT, also participate in crime prevention. We can see, by this collaboration, we are carried out in 5 hotspots in 2013, reduce crime. Other than that, PDRM also running ops bersebatu with many agencies to minimize the issue of fatal accidents crime. And moreover, the Road Transport Department, JPG, has set their own task to resolve road crime, which they do a roadblock on weekend to check vehicle with no valid insurance coverage. And the last one is, there are many roads users who are vehicle without insurance and license. So with this, it will provide road tax and renewal on the spot. So I think that's all for my explanation about importance of planning, types of planning, short-term and long-term planning. Now I will pass to my next fellow friends, Dila, to explain about the organizing. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Adila binti Muhammad, and now I will tell about organizing. Organizing is a process of defining the essential relationship among people, tasks, and activities in such a way that all the organization resources are integrated and coordinated to accomplish its objectives efficiently and effectively. This definition known by Peirce and Richard B. Robinson. So here, the Royal Malaysian Police obligate to have a plan or strategy in solving the problem because they are the main security to prevent people from facing the issue. But in the process to solve the issue, PDRM need partner or group that can work together. More specifically, when we want to accomplish a goal, we need an organization to achieve the purpose, either in group or individual, because in organization, all the authority will do their job through the given task and have to done it properly. With that, all the problem and issue can be solved easily to reach the goals. Police Royal of Malaysia (PRM) didn't do the task alone because they also collaborate with other organisations like Road Transport Department, we know as JPJ, Anti-Drug Agency, we know as AADK, and non-government organisation and also society. So first, on February 1968, PDRM has implemented prevention of aggressive behaviour of street thugs, Samsung Jalanan, with strategic concept of community-oriented policy. This concept adapted as drive in an effort to achieve maximum security, sustainability through involvement society. Imbalance in economy, social and society lifestyle between factors of crime case Samsung Jalanan increased. And the statistic, the state of Penang showed the highest number of 2,244 people. Secondly, Lebuh Pantai Timur 2, we know as LPT2, Sdn Bhd, establishing cooperation including with the Royal Malaysian Police (PRM). They succeeded in reducing the accident rate on the highway by 31% from 2016 to 2019. Thirdly, Royal Malaysian Police (PRM) will be deploying in-car radar devices as well as the Intelligent Compound Online Payment System that we know as ICOPS. The in-car radar device will be used as a speed detection device and will be used in addition to regular enforcement operation for detecting vehicles exceeding the posted speed limit. The ICOPS will show if the traffic offenders have outstanding summonses and traffic offence arrest warrants. And then, the Royal Malaysian Police also running op bersepadu that cooperate with many agencies. Police succeeded to arrest 4 individuals who were under alcohol influence during inspection op bersepadu, Ops Mabuk, at Jalan Budasan. In fact, this ops can minimize the issue of fatal accident crime. Within op bersepadu, Royal Police Malaysia, the Under Investigation Narcotic Crime Department also cooperate with Anti-Drug Agency (AADK) to combating drug addicts among the homeless around the Northeast District. Okay, next I will explain about decision making. Decision making is defined as the selection of a course of action from among alternatives. This definition known by Hans Rich and Harold Kuhns. So the Royal Malaysian Police (PRM) will implement in-car radar equipment and the Intelligent Compound Online Payment System (ICOPS) for traffic law enforcement during Ops Selamat 17. The system will also be highly useful in generating and maintaining car profiles for police study in the present and the future, and will also detect vehicles that have been stolen, copied, or otherwise implicated in criminal situation. Thank you. That's all from me.
Hi, my name is Aisha Sofia, and it is my turn to explain what is controlling. Controlling can be defined as one of the most important components of the management process. It is basically the final managerial function of controlling that they need to make sure the plans are being accomplished or not. Controlling the crime is an attempt to reduce the crime. Royal Malaysia Police (PRM) have strategies and take actions to overcome crime issues in this country. First of all, they have decided to use the ICOPS camera to stabilize the operation of Op Selamat 11. The camera they use for ICOPS cameras to stabilize is also specialized with infrared settings that allows the registration numbers to be seen clearly. The latest operation by ICOPS are the Inca radar, which is a speed limit detection along the highway in Op Selamat 70. It is used to detect vehicles that are driven over the set speed limit. Other than that, PDRM also strengthened their border monitoring. An effort will be made to tighten border controls at points of unlawful entry and exit. It is to limit an unauthorized access and illegal activities in the borders of our country. The state government will work with a federal government in order to prevent all illegal immigrations. They will use its relationships with other countries to improve immigration processes and procedures. Lastly, counseling and education programs will be used to prevent juvenile involvement in crime. On social media, acculturation and awareness campaigns about crime prevention will be launched with a focus on high-risk communities. The Safe City Monitoring System, which combines GIS mapping with crime data from PDRM and Safe City program, will make it easier for general public to acquire information about crime cases in their area. In conclusion, there are so many ways of controlling that has been made by the PDRM to decrease the crime in our country. That's all from me. Thank you.
The conclusion. To sum up, the Royal Malaysian Police has did their job successfully based on their objectives. Because of them, we have a peaceful and harmonious country. We still acknowledge that crime is still happening in Malaysia, surrounding us. But those still can be controlled by our Royal Malaysian Police, or we call it as RMP. At the end, the people in our country can have a nice life. That is all from us. The end has come for our presentation, same as the end of a romance. Thank you for listening and have a nice day, guys.